Hi guys, so I'm currently going to be making this, as you can see. So the first step, so it says to make the walls cut be 110 grams Cadbury Dairy Milk bars diagonally using a template. So apparently there's a template, which I assume no, those will be 180 grams. So these are the 110 gram ones. So I'm going to go ahead and just open them up. But before I do anything, I'm just going to quickly wash my hands, just because, yeah. Because any good chef washes their hands before they can prepare anything, so yeah. Now I'm just going to quickly dry my hands. Quick rough dry. Now I'm going to go ahead and sit down, just because, yeah. So Bailey, away. So, right now, number one, cut the walls to make the Cadbury Dairy Milk Diet bars diagonally using. So there's a template. I'm going to use what it shows on here, right? So if I put it up the way it is in the picture, so there's approximately 2 bars here, which is showing. So this is just my own little kind of trial of it, so this is going to have to try and be as accurate as I can. And I think that's pretty accurate. So, yeah, I mean that's, could be a bit better, but this is what I've got so far and I need to do that for the other piece, so yeah. Do the same process I did on the other one, as closely to it as I can. I think that's a bit better, personally, than the other one, but yeah. So, yeah. Now, number 2, remove 1 row of the chocolate from the short side of each of the 180. Reserve 2 chunks for the chimney. So, now I can put these scrap bits to one side and the bigger bits to the other side. In fact, I feel like, so yeah, and now grab the two big 180G bars, and I need to do what it says, so So, 180Gs from the short side, one row. So yeah, basically just like this, I think. So yeah, as you can see, I'm going to have to try and get it in the fridge as soon as I can. So as you can see, side by side comparison, they're not side by side. They're as close to each other as I can get it. You can see the one I've cut is only one row shorter. So now, if I cut the other row, it should be the same size bars as each other. And that's pretty much the same. So, yeah. Now, number 3. Heat the remainder of the rows in a microspray until fully melted. So, put all my scrap pieces in a bowl and just melt until it's done. So, basically, that is a pretty simple procedure now. Let me make sure I don't need to keep any of it at all. So, yeah, basically, so I need to preserve 2 chunks for the timney here. So basically, I'm just gonna keep it here. So all these chunks, hang on, do I need to keep sort of scrap bits? Don't think I do. So yeah, I'm just gonna put all of this in. I'm just going to chat the recipe just to double check to make sure I don't need to heat the remainder of the rows. So basically, now I'm going to heat this up in the microwave and just basically get it done. So I'm going to heat it for 30 seconds and have a look to see how melted it is, and then basically I'm going to use a fork instead because, yeah, basically this image here should be what it should look like when it's done. So, yeah. Or when it's decorated, of course, or it's just an example of what it might look like. But yeah, but in the bigger picture is here obviously. Now you might be thinking, where does that fake come in? And now obviously I'll show you. I put this in the freezer specifically to make sure it doesn't melt at all. But I've got this here, so obviously I'm just going to make sure to kind of keep it in the freezer until I need it, to ensure it is as cold as it can be, really. So, you know. So really my hope, you know, this is hardly melted at all. You know, this is still, the tiny bit is, the absolute tiniest bit is melted, but it's so little you guys won't be able to see it. So I'm going to boost a little bit longer now. 46 seconds now. I'm going to do it 4 in the microwave. So now I'm going to have a look at the next step. So after step 3, it says, for using melted chocolate, drawing up the 110 and 180 G bars. Basically, from what I know by looking at the picture, right, these are going to be the side walls here, and then these are going to join up here, right? Kind of like where it's holding together really well. Obviously it's just an example, I can't really, but until I've done it, I'm gonna get this somewhere in the fridge just to keep it solid proper bars, just because I do, because I don't want kind of damaged bars at all, really, because otherwise it won't turn out that well. So I'm just going to see if this plate is too big to fit in. Yeah, a bit too big I think, so I'm going to have to do a quick bit of rearranging the fridge just to make it fit. So that should fit perfectly in the fridge now. Yeah, so this is just simply to ensure it does not break at all because it's too melted when I'm ready to flimming, so you know. So now this chocolate is melted quite a bit more, as I can clearly see, but this is starting to get a bit hot now, the bowl is. I still think I'm going to give it a little stir. As you can see, this is what my bowl it's looking like, but I can clearly still feel some lumps in here. So I'm going to put it in again. I'm just going to grab a tissue to put the fork with the chocolate, melted chocolate on. So I need maybe about another 30 seconds in it, maybe another 20 I'll do, just to make sure it doesn't burn. I'll do 19, that's close enough. So yeah, but I'll put this tiny bit in the fridge as well. Now I need to use this is definitely feeling a lot more melted now. I could not feel any lumps, but just to make sure there is no more lumps, I'm going to put it in again for about another 20 to 30 seconds, for about 10 to 20 seconds. So I'm just going to grab a knife to get as much, a normal knife you use just to scrape the excess chocolate back in, because there's quite a bit that's been on the fork there. So that, now I've just got as much as I could off the fork, so now I'm ready to put it back in, just for a quick extra one, just to ensure it's definitely fully melted, guys. So you know, surprisingly, the melting definitely took a lot less time than I thought it would. So, you know, it's kind of, that's a really easy technique to do. It's just as simple, right, as putting it in a microwave. You know, not at a time, but like for maybe about a minute to 2 minutes, right? And maybe every 10-20 seconds you take it out of the maybe every 30 seconds you take it out of the microwave to stir it to see how melted it is. Depending on the chocolate you're using, you might have to do it for longer. It's the same with the power of the microwave as well. So, yeah. So now that's fully melted chocolate, I can get it out now. So basically, it is a very simple procedure, right? I'm going to get a few things out ready because, as you know, I need something to prop the thing up with, because I don't want to be sat there holding it. So I'm going to get a few tins out just to use to kind of prop the things up. Just because, yeah. Obviously, if you're making this yourself, maybe ask if to, but I don't see an issue here. So I'm just going to put the tins to the side to use once I've kind of propped it and stuff, ready to place to kind of, you know. So I'm going to use this knife, this normal knife here, to use to basically cover it the sides and stuff in chocolate. So basically, so you can see here, you don't want to use, you want to be careful about how much you use, because you don't want to use too much up for one section. You need, it's like building out real life bricks. You don't want to use too much concrete on each brick because you've only got a certain amount of concrete. I mean, if you use too much, you're going to cost the company money. because now they're having to get someone to whip up more concrete, and they might have to go up the store. You might have to ask someone to go up the shop and get the concrete. More suppliers to make that extra concrete, because one of your colleagues has kind of miscalculated how much you would need. But obviously in building it is normal to make mistakes, but obviously you don't want to make mistakes, you want to have accurate measurements all the time, but sometimes people do make mistakes, and it's kind of normal to make mistakes really, but obviously, you know, sometimes you might be giving your company bad images if you make mistakes, so that's where your boss might be quite strict, because your boss obviously doesn't want to lose potential business, because his employees are making maths error mistakes, you know. Any businessman would be annoyed and would have to take action if that was to happen, so right now I need to leave this to dry, because I need to leave this time to set, because right now this wall is not really sticking, because the chocolate is just, laid. So I've basically just got to allow it to set really. So yeah. So I'm going to basically I'm going to put the other chocolate as well back in the fridge, just to make sure this doesn't get melted either, just because I want everything to be as cold as possible really. So yeah. So now I'm going to test it to see if it will. I'm just going to get one of the things out just to get some water on it to wipe the chocolate off the can when I need to. Because obviously once it's all over, I need to put the cans back in the thing, and I can't put dirty cans back in the cupboard, so yeah. Just going to give my hands a quick wash to get all that chocolate off my hands, and then give them a quick dry as well. And then I'll be able to do the can, clean the can without having to worry about having to now this one is pretty much, I can move that can back, so basically I need to use the next one now, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this around, just so it's as easy as possible really to kind of do it. So turn this around. To be fair, I could have probably put some chocolate there in the inside, so I'm just going to do that to secure that bit of the wall, and I'm also going to hold it here a bit. Just to try and secure the walls here as well. So boom, that's done. So I can get ready to, I'm going to put some chocolate on the side it's going to connect to here. So I need to be ever so careful when doing the walls, because at any point I could accidentally tip it over or something. Now I'm going to put some chocolate on the wall I'm actually going to put on the side. Put chocolate basically on both bits I'm connecting here. So, yeah. I've actually got a bit of a confusion here. I've done it on the wrong side, so I guess that's a bit of chocolate for someone else to enjoy. It was supposed to be this bit here. So I'm going to show you, right? So this bit is the bit it was supposed to be on. I put chocolate on this side by mistake. So, yeah, don't make a mistake like I just did, guys. Just don't. Now, I'm going to put the thing here to try and secure. I've made a huge, I've made a huge error now, because, yeah, I've totally screwed this up, I think. So, yeah, right, I need to work out. So yeah, I've kind of made a huge error on the cutting here, because it's kind of like a bit uneven, which means the surfaces aren't that even. That's why it's not. I'm going to have to turn it around here and put some chocolate at the front here to try and secure this bit now. So, right. Well, that's a bit of an issue, guys, because, yeah, I've made like a huge error. I'm going to have to kind of almost, I might be able to save it here, guys. I've got an idea, which means making this end a bit less straight, but I'm just trying to make it as good looking as possible. But I've screwed it up a bit, I've done the carvings a bit wrong, so I'm going to have to place it like this, I think. So, yeah. now I'm also going to add, I'm going to call it cement, because the chocolate is the cement here on the sides, on the wall sides as well. So now I need to kind of add more cement on this side, because yeah, and now I'm going to add cement on the other side as well. So now I'm going to add cement on the inside as well, just to support the inside walls, because yeah, that's kind of important, I would say, as well. Ensuring all the walls and sides are supported as much as possible, really. So there's one hole I kind of want to jam some in, which is, so I've just about managed to do so. Now my full hole I wanted to kind of cover is properly covered, so yeah. So there we go. So guys, I'm going to show you what I've done to kind of fix it, because I made a mistake on my cutting, because it said there was a template in the box somewhere, but to kind of, because on one of the first steps it said to make balls cut the 110 gram using the template, which is like the template I used to cut it. So I put the template on the chocolate and I cut it like that, but there was absolutely no template in here at all. So the company must have made that mistake, which obviously they made it, you know. I'm either blind myself or genuinely they didn't put it in. Or it disappeared somewhere, so. And I don't see anything on the floor either, so we definitely didn't put it in. Because obviously it might have fallen on the floor, you know, and I might not even realise, and I just checked on the floor and nothing's there. So it can't be, so it's got to be, it was not in there. So, yeah. Probably some more ice from my perspective anyway. So now, I'm just going to go ahead and maybe, if I can, try and fit it in the fridge. Is it too tall? Yes, it is. So the actual house itself is too tall to fit in. So I can't really do that now. So I'm just gonna have to try and I'll show you guys what I've done. So here it is. So as you can see from this, it looks a lot wider here, but it tightens up here at the other end. Let's see if you can see. So yeah. Now, what I need to do is I need to use these bars of chocolates, right, to make the roof, I'm pretty sure. So, number 3, heap of chocolate. Use a melted chocolate. Yeah, I've done that. And then, number 5, to make the roof, use a melted chocolate again, join the 2 winter wonderland bars to the top of the roof. So, yeah. It's a specific design designed for this, I think. So as you can see here is the design. So that looks pretty good if you ask me. So I thought to put them both of them up here. Basically, like, so the 2 bars need to be specifically. Right, let me just have a look in the camera. The 2 bars need to be placed like on top of it, like this. So yeah. But yeah, that's not actually glued on, that's just me putting it on to show you. So yeah, now I can try and do that. So I just need to Right, I need to grab a support here to place on there to stop it moving, so there. Right, that's a bit of an issue, that, you know. The bar apparent is too small to flip and fit, so I need to work out why. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be more like this actually. I think that's why it's not fitting, so I'm gonna have to yeah. So yeah, now I kind of just need to allow that to set because I just do. So I'm just gonna wipe my hands with the cloth a bit. So I've done it, wiped my hands to the best of my ability now, so I've just got to try and, now I've just got to get ready to do the next one. So, now guys, there's a bit of an issue here. Yeah, so unfortunately this isn't going to turn out that good, but I've tried my best, you know. But to be honest, making these, it's more about enjoying making it than making it look pretty, in my opinion. You know, there might be some people out there that are real professionals at it and they kind of do it for money. They kind of do it not just for fun, but compete against other people making these, and the winners get a prize or something. You know, there might be competitions where you make stuff like this and it's at professional level, so maybe there's real good people at it and I'm just more doing it for fun. You know, obviously I've tried to make this as best as I could, but unfortunately it didn't really work out, so you know, that's a bit more close together, so I'm just going to try and glue it as best as I can at the top. Most of the chocolate is going to end up just down, but yeah. So now it's kind of like I've got to get the flake thing out now to try to basically put final touch on, I guess. And well, one of the final touches actually. And this flake should be relatively solid now because it's been in the freezer for about half an hour. So it should be solid enough so I can just put a bit of more glue on. I like to call it glue in a way, or no, I'm going to call it cement because it's more like cement, because that's what cement is on the house, that holds all the bricks and stuff together. I'm going to put a little bit of it on the flake as well, to basically hold the flake together as well. So I've done that now, so I basically just kind of, yeah. I was using it to support stuff. So now there is the pack of these, which I'm going to use to decorate. So, this is the final product. So, I'm going to show you the side-by-side thing. But I've got a few different things I can add in this cupboard here that could make it a bit better. So I'm just going to try and add it. So if I can work out how to do it without spinning it everywhere, because obviously I don't want to have to clean the mess up. But yeah. So maybe a few of these. Maybe if I'll have maybe a few on the top. So if I just add some of the chocolate for it on the top to try and use to stick it. I'm putting very small amounts in the lid to try and just get it on. So I'm going to add a few, like almost kind of like as lighting in a way on the roof as well. So to try and get as much scad on it as possible. And then I'm going to do it to this side as well. Alexa, what is the time?
It's 6:46 p.m.
Oh, it's probably a bit much. I'm just going to, oh god. Right. Yeah, I've made quite a mess here, guys, but you know, it's just something that this is kind of a messy thing, really. So, you know, if you're on your own doing it, and you know, and you definitely know you're going to be the one clearing it up, please remember it will be a messy thing because. So I've just tried to add some sprinkles on everywhere, but obviously because I can't just, it's hard to place them on because they're tiny little things. I'll have to almost throw them on a bit, kind of, in order to get it on right. So, yeah. So yeah, now I'm basically just gonna put everything back in all the tins I got out back in the cupboard now, because yeah, I need to make sure the tin is definitely clean as well. So yeah guys, as you can see, it's a pretty messy situation here, but yeah, now I've basically just gotta put this plate, give it a quick rinse under the tap, because it's near enough, it's basically ready to go back in the fridge. I just need to give it a quick wipe. Not back in the fridge, and back in the cupboard where the plates in here go. So and now I can just put it up, I guess peace out and bye.